Yeah, I just peeped out these haters mad. Yeah, money on my mind, I'm trying to get it. Yeah.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Tonight at Charlotte.
2K Sports checks in. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Smith is out there with Evans. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Howard. And it's Bosh in at the 4 spot.
And you look back to that Big Three era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
Porzingis can't hit. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Hawks.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
It certainly appeared that they let the crowd get to them a little bit. Looked like they were rushing their foul shots, and that can happen. You've got to lock in.
And there's the call on Bosh. That's his first foul. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Morris kicks to Lowry. Back to Morris. Latrey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Morris has got 6.
Well, Morris making things look easy right now. What a rhythm.
Smith dishes to Howard. 11 feet away. He can't get it to go. And the Celtics going the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
On the clock, a shot by Lowry. Wide open. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, Brad Stevens started his own preseason coaching summit in Boston. This guy is clearly dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated to learning from his peers. He is always watching games from every different angle to try to learn.
The lead pushed to double digits.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Now, here's Howard. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And rumor has it Brad Stevens used to keep a pad of paper for every TV in the house to sketch plays that he saw in games.
Well, those were the old days. Now he can just text an assistant with the game and timestamp, and then he reviews a marathon edit of plays for things he can use. Oh, the beauty of technology.
And the dunk by Bosh.
And being that Bosh is 6'11", dunking comes easy. And once he's this close to the basket, he's ready to attack.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 6, and there's the call on Bosh. That'll be his second foul of the game. .104 left in the first quarter. Morris outside. It's to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Picked by O'Quinn. Off the screen.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Smith, the pass to Evans. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by Smith. Boston leading by 6. It down to Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Evans. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's the screen. Screen by Howard. The 15-footer. A shot, no good. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Celtics out in front, up 9. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the
basketball. This is my passion, you know.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
We've got Kyle O'Quinn, Lowry out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. Now, here's O'Quinn. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Morris against Howard. They grab their own miss. Tries again. And Morris with the lay-in.
The defense forgets about Morris and pays the price. He loves to score and can do it a number of ways.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Doors with every team looking to spread the floor, get that space. Most big men are being asked to increase their range. Is the practice time going into that taking away from working, for instance, on other fundamentals that a big guy should be working on?
Here's how you know this is for real. When you hear Dwight Howard talking about the fact that this guy is going to spend an entire summer trying to develop the range because he wants to extend his playing career.
Sure.
Dwight Howard at one time was the single most dominant back-to-the-basket low post center. They surrounded him with shooters. They put him in pick and roll, and he was an absolute monster. You know what? I don't know if it'll take away from the other fundamentals for the center. I do know that the role of center has drastically changed in the NBA.
Wash kicks to Evans. Right wing. The 9-foot shot. Porzingis with the block.
This guy's showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Wiggins against Middleton. He kicks it to Morris. Over Smith, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. That's a foul on Charlotte. And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
Smith dishes to Bosch. That doesn't go either for Bosch. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Lowry against Wiggins. And the pass to Porzingis. Middleton on the wing. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Middleton's got 4 this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Wiggins against Middleton. The shot missing.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
And here's Smith following the 3-pointer by Chris Middleton. Charlotte calls timeout.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lowry against Evans. Charlotte no good that time either. On offense, here are the Celtics. They've gone on a 13-0 run. Kicks to Morris. Picked by O'Quinn. Back to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Porzingis. It's rebounded by Charlotte. From deep, Evans. He's off on that one. And so it's Boston with a 20. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime
After
Show.
one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Things were going Boston's way from the beginning. A smoldering performance for them early as they shut down everything defensively and were clicking on offense, going 10-0 to start. And that's all we can do.
Welcome back, everyone. There's State Station. That's where you get off the tee if you're going to go visit the old State House here in Boston. Charlotte trails by 21. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Chris Bosh is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Howard. Then there's Tyreek Evans. And it's Smith in at the point. So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Left side, Porzingis. Back to Morris. The 3. Rebound by Smith. Lowry against Evans. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
You got to respect the physicality of Evans. Excellent at drawing contact on his way up.
And both free throws good for Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Well, Mr. Porzingis, nice to know you're not afraid to mix it up. Boy, you gotta love that grit and hustle.
Smith outside. Over Morris. Smith, no luck. Boston leading by 19. Lowry passes to Middleton. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Now Morris. 10 points for him. Middleton. Evans with the rebound. Now the feed to Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
Yeah, and Howard's still a forceful finisher around the rim.
Boston's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Lowry kicks to Porzingis. To the middle. Here's Morris. Kicks it down to Middleton. Good on the triple. Middleton's got 13.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Charlotte calls timeout. Doris, they say that one of the toughest things about calling a game is balancing pure basketball knowledge with entertainment. What's your approach with that topic?
Do you know that was the last piece of broadcasting that I think fell into place for me? For a long time, I felt like I was proving myself, Kevin, so I didn't relax and enjoy it. But my son one time said to me, when we were watching a game, he said, Mom, you have to understand when the announcers are having fun, we're having fun.
Chemistry is such a big part of it, isn't it?
Crucial.
Lowry kicks to Morris, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Celtics.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Here's Howard. Porzingis with the block, and he's able to get it back. Howard's shot is good. Boston leading by 15. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The shot by Lowry, no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Here's Evans, and Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Lowry from outside sinks the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
Well, Kyle Lowry has proven to be a dead-eye shooter when given space, and he's comfortable off the dribble or catch and shoot.
And that's Evans penetrating. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
There's the pick. Screen by Howard. And Evans the basket on the assist by Bosch. Evans has got 5 points in the quarter.
And watching Evans there knock down the triple has the ability to be a dangerous outside scorer when he's in rhythm.
And so it's Boston out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll return shortly. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Celtics leading by 17. They've got Chris Middleton. Markieff Morris is out there with Lowry. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Lowry from outside. But they recover it. Morris laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Morris has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Celtics. And here's Evans. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
Middleton against Wiggins. Middleton dishes to Lowry. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Over Howard. Porzingis can't hit.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
Wiggins passes to Evans. Smith outside. Over Morris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right. Perfect contest in that instance, Greg. Making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Yeah, easy call.
And he knocks down the first one. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite certainly. But Doris, I've heard you say on more than one occasion you'd love to see a 3-on-3 competition.
Kevin, I think if you're trying to learn the game of basketball, putting yourself in a situation to play 3-on-3 is one of the greatest ways you can develop your game. One, it teaches you how to pass and cut, right? You cannot be effective in a 3-on-3 game unless you understand how to screen for somebody, how to set yourself up to come off of a screen. The shorter dynamic of the 3-on-3 in a half-court environment is one of the best ways to learn how to play the game of basketball.
I love that analysis. That's terrific. Lowry against Evans. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space. Boy, it's fun to watch the growth of Andrew Wiggins over just a few years in the NBA, right? He can score from multiple spots. He continues to refine that offensive game.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And with Wiggins, the clear development doors in his game has come from how versatile he is at scoring, good off the dribble or on the catch and shoot.
Well, and think about it, Kev. For Andrew, that's only going to get better with age. He continues to strengthen his footwork. There's a little bit of DeMar DeRozan and Kobe in terms of his ability in the mid-range.
Charlotte trails by 20. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Dishes to Howard. Over Porzingis. And that misses badly. Air ball. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Pick by O'Quinn. Lowry kicks to O'Quinn. Middleton right side. Lowry for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Bosch has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Markieff Morris.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Nice shot by Evans.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pick by O'Quinn. Morris kicks to O'Quinn. Pass to Porzingis. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. And the Celtics lead by 20. Smith with it. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that, all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the fight.
All right, baby. Shakira.